The Sabbath, the principle of rest. The teachers of the early church were accustomed to call this commandment shadow-like, because it has to do with the outward observance of a day which was abolished at Christ's coming, as were the other symbolic rites. That is certainly true, but it only deals with half the problem. Our explanation must thus begin higher up and must consider the principles which are enshrined in this commandment. By the Sabbath rest, the Lord sought to signify to Israel's people spiritual rest. Believers are required to rest from their own works so as to allow God to do His work in them. In the second place, He wished there to be a fixed day on which they should come together to hear His law and to have access to His ceremonies. Third, He desired to give one day's rest to servants and to workers under another's authority, so that they might have some respite from their labors. However, as we see from many passages, the image of spiritual rest has first place in this precept. For God never required a commandment to be more strictly obeyed than this one. When, for example, He seeks to make clear through His prophets that all religion has been destroyed, He laments that His Sabbath has been polluted and transgressed, or that it has not been properly kept and sanctified. It is as if to abandon this article would leave nothing by which He might be honored. Moreover, He greatly commends the keeping of this day, and accordingly believers prized the revelation of the Sabbath as a singular blessing above all the others which had been conferred on them. Thus the Levites declare in Nehemiah, "You made known to our fathers your holy Sabbath, your commandments and your rights, and you gave them the law by the hand of Moses." So we see how especially they esteemed this commandment above all the others. All this shows how noble and preeminent the Sabbath was, something which is clearly propounded also by Moses and Ezekiel. This is what we read in Exodus. "Observe my Sabbath, for it is a sign between me and you in every generation, that you may understand that I am the God who sanctifies you. Keep, therefore, my Sabbath, for it must be holy to you. Let the children of Israel keep it and celebrate it in their generations, for it is a perpetual covenant and a sign for all eternity." Ezekiel says the same thing at greater length, but the sum of what he says comes to this. It was a sign by which Israel should know that God was their sanctifier. Now, if to be sanctified is to renounce our own will, it is obvious that a likeness exists between the external sign and the inner reality. We must rest completely in order that God may work within us. We must set our own will aside, resign our heart, deny and forsake all the desires of the flesh. In short, we must cease from everything which our own mind suggests to us, so that with God working within us, we may be at one with Him. That too is what the Apostle teaches us. In Israel, that was what the Sabbath rest represented, and in order to provide stronger religious sanction for the practice, our Lord confirmed His command by His own example. For it is no small stimulus for man to be taught that he may copy his Creator.